I'm Mark Matsumoto and welcome to my Tokyo kitchen. Today I want to show you a nutty roasted soybean powder recipe called Kinako, along with a few ways to use it. It's versatile and super easy to make, so stick around. Traditionally, Kinako has been used as a way to flavor Japanese confections such as mochi and dango, but it has a super nutty flavor that makes it work really well in Western sweets. The best part is that it's loaded with protein, fiber, and minerals, so you don't have to feel quite as guilty about indulging in dessert. Sound good? Let's have a look at our ingredients. Our ingredients are 150 grams of dried soybeans. And that's it. No, seriously, I know that doesn't sound like much, but soybeans are the most versatile food in the world, and roasting them transforms them into something totally new. Today I'm using a cultivar of soybean called Fukuyutaka, which has a high protein content and sweet, creamy taste. To get started, I'm preheating the oven to 180 degrees Celsius or 360 degrees Fahrenheit. Then I'm gonna spread the soybeans out on a parchment-lined baking sheet. Now we just need to pop these in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes or until the beans are golden brown. Be sure to redistribute the beans about halfway through so they brown evenly. While we wait for those to roast, I want to take a moment to thank all of you for supporting my channel by watching and liking my videos. If you've learned something new from this recipe and you want to do something more, head over to marksrecipes.com where you can subscribe to my secret stash of original recipes. You'll find some other tasty ways to use this kinako like my pan-fried kinako chicken, and your membership helps to support this channel. Alright, let's see how those soybeans are doing. Soybeans are naturally sweet and creamy before being roasted, and the flavor turns nutty like peanuts or hazelnuts as they go darker, so play with your roasting time to find a balance that you like. Okay, the kitchen smells like peanut butter cookies, and the soybeans are medium brown, so I'm gonna set them on a rack and let them cool. Keep in mind that the skins don't really brown, so you want to take a look at the color of the bean inside when deciding how long to roast them. Okay, my roasted soybeans have cooled to room temperature, so let's add some to a clean coffee grinder or a high-speed blender. The soybeans expand as they're ground into a flour, so don't fill the hopper more than a quarter of the way. Then I'm just gonna grind these until I have a nice fine powder. It'll take about a minute or two. For a finer texture, you can peel the soybeans, but I don't mind the bit of texture that they add, and it also boosts the fiber content of the kinako. Okay, this is looking good, so let's transfer this to a container, and then I'm gonna repeat this a few more times to grind the rest of the soybeans. I know that wasn't much of a recipe, but there are so many ways to use this roasted soybean powder, so let's check some out. The easiest way to use kinako is as a topping for plain yogurt. It adds loads of flavor and nutrients, and you can finish it off with your favorite sweetener. I'm using some kuromitsu, which is Japanese black sugar syrup. Another easy way to use this is to add some sugar to a bowl of our roasted soybean flour to make kinako sugar. This is great sprinkled on toast, but here's my favorite way to use it. Donuts! These are tofu donuts, and I'm just gonna roll them around until I have a nice thick coating on each one. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a recipe for these. Next up, I've got 50 grams of kinako, and I'm gonna add 8 grams of powdered sugar, a pinch of salt, and 2 tablespoons of a neutral oil. I'm using rice bran oil. Stir this together. And what's that look like to you? Yep, it's a nut-free soy butter that I honestly like better than peanut butter. I've made this mildly sweet, so it's fantastic spread on bread, but you can also turn it into a sandwich with some sliced bananas or jam. Kinako lattes are another popular way to use this roasted soybean flour in Japan, and all you need to do to make it is add some kinako along with your favorite liquid sweetener to a beaker. Then I'm gonna stir these together to make a paste. This ensures the kinako dissolves evenly in the milk. Okay, this is looking good, so I'm just gonna add some milk and heat this up. Once the milk is warm, you can use a milk frother to make some foam. And voila! A fragrant kinako latte. Okay, let's add this to our spread and try these out. The kitchen smells like really good peanut butter cookies, and I'm starving, so let's try these out. Itadakimasu. All right, I think I'm gonna start with the yogurt here with the kinako, and I put a little bit of kuromitsu, which is like brown sugar syrup on top. Oh, the tangy taste of the yogurt with that nutty flavor from the roasted soybean powder is just mind-blowingly good. I could eat this whole thing, but we've got a bunch of other things to try, so I think I'm gonna go for some donuts next. So these are tofu donuts, but they taste ridiculously decadent and good. All right, let's wash it down with a little bit of this kinako latte. Oh man. So it's the middle of summer, so it's a bit warm for this. I probably should have made an iced latte, but in the middle of winter, this would be like a warm fleece blanket hugging you from all sides. All right, last one to try here. So this is our kinako butter, and I tend to call it soy nut butter, but let's give it a try. It tastes just like peanut butter, but there's no nuts in it, so it's perfect for people with allergies. And I made this pretty sweet, so it's perfect on its own. But you could stuff this into a sandwich with slices of bananas, or even do a soy nut butter and jelly sandwich. Kinako is a traditional Japanese condiment for sweets, but as you can see, it's super versatile, and it's a great way to add protein and a ton of nutty flavor to just about anything. So I hope you'll give it a try. All right, I'm gonna go for a little bit of donut here. I'm gonna dunk it in the kinako latte. So good. Well, I think I'm gonna experiment some more with the rest of this kinako, but check out this playlist for my collection of Japanese sweets recipes. And I'll catch you in the next one.